everyone, welcome back to Shine Sanctuary. In today's video we're doing more of a sit down video and we're just going to talk one-on-one. In today's video we're going to be talking about 15 things that I think you should know before you're 22 or before you're in your 20s in general. And these are some things that I would then told myself but that I never really took seriously or anything like that until now. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video and enjoy the more sit down vibe of the video. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Alright guys, so for the first little tip that I think you should know before you're in your 20s, and this is a good one to know earlier in your younger teen years, like say 15, 16, before you really get into like a super serious relationship, before you contemplate that first serious relationship. Just know that in any relationship intimately with a significant other, or even with a friendship, a relationship that's taken very seriously, just know that that relationship, especially when it's like a significant other, that relationship is not the end all be all, meaning like focus on yourself, invest in yourself still, invest in your hobbies. Don't stop doing the things you like just because you're in that relationship or just because you have that serious friendship. Make sure you still hang out with your other friends or your friends in general. Make sure you still go out and do things by yourself that make you happy. Just because you're in a relationship, don't make that your just main focus and main goal, because you guys are still young and you guys can potentially grow apart. So if you guys happen to grow apart, you don't want everything that you have built off of just that relationship. You still want to have some base ground of your own. So secondly, with the whole like young teen years, the second one that I think is a good tip to know before you're in your 20s or before you really get into your higher teen adult years is be careful who you associate yourself with, guys. And this even goes for adulthood too, not just like teen years. But it definitely starts cognitively, like, you know, in the high school, middle school ages. Like, be careful your friends you hang out with. If they're encouraging you to do bad stuff or get in trouble, more than likely is they're going to continue doing that when you guys get into adulthood. So, I mean, that's not 100% guarantee that they're going to. Some people do change their ways. Some people outgrow that, you know, childish, immature behavior, and that's really what it is. It's just an immaturity that some people don't grow through. Make sure you just be mindful who you're around. Don't just follow the crowd kind of thing. Make sure you follow your heart and what you're truly passionate about and what you think is right from wrong. But that goes into the third one of make sure you set boundaries with your family, especially once you reach your adult years. Your family is going to see you as that little kid or that their little baby, which is understandable because, like, you know, they're your elders and stuff like that, and they've watched you grow from a baby. But you're an adult now and you do need to have your boundaries respected and your wishes respected as well, because they wish for their boundaries and wishes to be respected. So if they would like their respect given, then they need to learn to respect your boundaries and give you that respect as well. With learning to set boundaries, it kind of ties into the next point number 4, of learning your emotions and learning to control your emotions. Sometimes that's not easy to do. Sometimes we're not guided in the correct ways as young adults to learn our emotions, to figure out our emotions, and how to deal with our emotions in the most healthy and correct manner. But as adults, we owe it to ourselves to actually figure it out. We can't just pop off when we feel mad about something. We can't just get super sad and stay in a funk, because depression's real. We can't always hang on to the extreme highs and lows of everything. We gotta learn to work through that, and as an individual myself, I still struggle with that to this day, but it's definitely something that I'm learning at 22 years old, is to learn to control my emotions when I'm getting frustrated or when I'm feeling some type of way. It's hard, yes, but it can be done. It just takes some self-recognition and self-accountability to do so, but it's definitely something that should be done by the time you're like starting to get into your 20s, because if you can't do that in your younger years, you're going to have such a hard time doing it in your adult years, because you're going to have so much more built up to be accountable for than if you just learn to do it when you're young. Nextly, I feel like the fifth tip would probably be never look a gift horse in the mouth. A lot of people take things for granted. Nowadays, like, you can be helped out and they're like, oh cool, they expect that. They expect the help to always be given to them. They expect it. But also nowadays, people don't want to give help. So when you do get help, make sure you take that and be appreciative of it, because most people feel like you just have to fend for yourself all the time. We need to find a good balance in the world to do for our own selves and to ask for help properly. So I guess don't ever look a gift horse in the mouth also correlates for don't be scared to ask for help. That wasn't really a point I was going to add into here, but it kind of like popped up talking about this because they go hand in hand to a point. So if you are fortunate to get help and receive help, don't be snooty, don't be cocky, don't be ungrateful for it, don't be egotistical about it. Be very humble and appreciative of it, because it can be hard to get help, but you don't want to overuse that help. I think next I would want to put in the learn to appreciate the process of everything, because life is a journey. If we're being honest, life is a journey from the moment you're born. You go through so much from day one until the end. It's crazy. You got to learn to appreciate everything you go through, because if you can't learn to appreciate and grow and learn from that stuff, I definitely know that's going to make life a little bit harder. You got to try to work through those things. You got to try to make the best of situations even when they're hard. Things can get better. Life is a roller coaster. Highs and low moments all the time. So just learn to appreciate what's going on in your life and just absorb those moments and learn from them the best that you can, because I think that's going to help you out the most. And this one was another point that a coworker actually made, because I asked some other people besides myself like what they thought they should be added to this, and one of them was moisturize. At first I laughed at it, but the more I think about it, it actually makes sense. And this goes for male, female, it doesn't really matter. Moisturization is really good, actually. Good skincare matters. If you moisturize, it will help your aging process. It'll help your wrinkles. It'll just help your skin in general. A lot of people get dry skin. They get over oily skin. They get all sorts of type of skin problems. And I know moisturizing can definitely help, and making sure you cleanse your skin is a very good helper of that. Make sure you have good hygienic skills when you get into adulthood. Some people don't have that, and it's good to be presentable and to look correct. And you know, it's not necessarily about looking correct. It's just about carrying yourself in a good manner. You want to be proud of yourself. You don't want to be out here stinking. You don't want to be out here looking a mess. Sometimes it happens. Have I been there? Yes, I have. But have I learned from it? Yes, I have. So we just gotta, like I said, appreciate the process and grow. Make sure you take care of yourself, guys, because it's very important. The next few tips that I'm gonna get into, these are more so for helping your life and actually providing stability and adding value to your life. Not value, but just adding core to your life, I guess. This is gonna help you get on your feet a bit and help you learn how to get into the adulting world slightly. But it's also going to take you guys to do the work for the next few things that I mentioned to actually figure it out. I'm not going to be able to just teach you. You got to teach yourself. So the first one is it's okay to be undecided about your futures. So most of the time in high school you get asked, what do you want to do when you grow up? What do you want to do when you grow up? A lot of people don't know. Some people do know, but a lot of people don't. If you're undecided, what do you want to do? If you're undecided if you want to go to college or not, that is okay. Being undecided is alright, and I think it's honestly kind of sick how society puts so much pressure on us to feel like we have to have it figured out in our 20s. Or even, not even our 20s yet. We're like 16, 17, 18 years old being asked these questions, saying, what do you want to do when you grow up? Well, I don't know. I've barely been alive 16, 17, 18 years to figure that out. You guys are a 45-year-old, 50-year-old. asking me what I want to do when I grow up, as you've had quite a few years to figure out what you guys want to do when you grow up. So it's okay to not know right off rip, because even some people in their 40s and 50s don't even know what they want to do. So don't ever feel overpressured to have all the answers, but make sure you're thinking about it. Don't ever just stay comfortable with where you're at. Always want better for yourself, no matter what that is. Whether it's better happiness or a better situation, you can always do good for yourself, and better can be always not even doing better for yourself, but giving back. That is doing better too. You're doing better by your morals in that area. But yeah, so make sure you just go with the flow and don't feel overpressured to have everything figured out. It's okay. Next, I would definitely say, there's a couple good ones for this category. Save your money. I think saving your money would be the next best one, because I know a lot of kids who have parents who are lower in poverty. Like me, my parents weren't rich, like they didn't have a lot. So I know a big way my spending habits were influenced at first were based off of not being able to have everything I wanted as a kid. But it wasn't always about everything that I wanted. So in adulthood, it kind of influenced me to a point to like just buy everything that I wanted. So like I never really took the chance to save my money like I should have. If you start saving your money from the beginning, you can still get the things that you want, but don't feel so pressured to have to fit into society to get those things that you want. Like society makes us feel like we have to have the next name brand clothes, the next name brand phone, the next this, that, and the other. And I mean, I myself fall trap into it as well. I want the next, next best thing as well. But I'm starting to step back and realize that it's okay if I don't get them right away. It's okay if I have to work a little longer for them. I'm more proud working for them and not rushing into a situation to get them and then causing another situation to go badly. So just make sure you save your money up and just be wise with your money, because it can definitely help you when you first get on your feet if you have a chunk saved up already. Especially when you're looking for like a car or a place or anything like that. But that also goes into the next step of like, make sure you work for what you want and don't like just beg for things to be given to you or opportunities to be handed to you. Make sure you always are keeping a vigilant eye on the next best opportunity, but don't be cocky like, oh yeah, I'm the best, so that's why you need me, or I'm the best, so I deserve better. Like, don't do that, but make sure you're like, I know I'm worth more than this, and I know I can offer better, or I can offer a lot to be considered to be given more money, or better opportunities. So just make sure you work for what you want. Don't beg for it. Don't expect the handout to be just given to you. Put the hard work in, because it's going to feel a lot better when you work for that that thing that you want yourself. Right. So I'd say tip number 11 for this video is take your job seriously, no matter what kind of job you're in, whether it's like an under the table job, a little measly minimum wage kind of job, or a basic 20-hour-a-week job, or a full-time job. Even if you're making $18, $19 an hour or more, like, make sure you take your job seriously. A lot of people just joke about their job or laugh their job off like it's nothing, or like they can just sacrifice doing that. But a lot of people do that and don't realize who's watching, and a lot of the time opportunities are missed because of that, because they were being overly egotistical, or they weren't taking their job serious enough. They're thinking, oh, this ain't gonna go nowhere, this is just a basic petty job, like this isn't gonna amount to nothing. You don't know that. You don't know who's watching. You don't know who's going to walk into that business and notice your hard work and maybe want to offer you a job at their business because they notice that you're not getting treated the best or something. So make sure you're just always doing your best when you can, even if it's hard, because I get it. Sometimes a job is crappy and you don't want to put your all in because you're getting treated unfairly. But like I said, you don't know who's watching, and you don't know what opportunities could present themselves to you. So just take them seriously, because it can be important. 12th on the list is make sure you know how to open a bank account, guys. A lot of people don't know how to open a bank account or a savings account. Those are important. Having the savings account is important for saving your money. You have to have somewhere to put your money besides just a shoebox or an envelope. Those things work, yes, but a banking account makes it a little easier to not always be so tangible, depending on the person. Some people spend cash easier, some people don't. But it doesn't even matter about the spending habits. You just need a bank account because it's almost everything revolves around a banking situation nowadays. So you have to have a bank account, especially if you want like your checks deposited straight to your accounts, because nowadays people don't do paper checks anymore. And you don't want your money going on some little business card they have. You want your stuff going on or going into an actual bank account. Along with the savings and checkings account, tip number 13 would definitely be learn how to apply for credit, guys. Credit is tricky because it's easy to go in debt. It's easy to stay in debt. It's easy to overdo your credit card. It's easy to max it out and feel like you are drowning in fees and bills. So if you are smart about your credit card, you can use it for very, very, very small payments, like a $10 payment or less. You don't want to use more than like 10% or something like that. Like I said, you guys want to do your details and everything yourself, because that's not what this video is about. But learning about credit is very, very important. So make sure you learn how to apply for a credit card if you necessarily need one, because a lot of times you need credit to do anything nowadays. Also, to do with the whole credit situation, once you get those established and everything, you're going to want to start looking for your own place. So make sure you know how to rent a home, buy a home, look for a home, learn how to do all of that. Learn how to look into real estate agents, learn how to go to the right people for guidance when it's time to purchase or get a home. Because it can be very important to not get screwed over in the end, because you don't know how many times I've heard of people in the marketplace since I've gotten my own place say, be very careful what you get, don't feel like you have to rush into a house right away. You just want to be smart about it. So make sure you educate yourself on how to get a home, because you're not going to want to stay with your parents forever, you're not going to want to be roommates with your best friend forever. Eventually you guys are going to grow into individuals with families, and you're gonna need a place of your own. Also having to do with a place of your own and all of that, tip number 15, last but not least, is definitely, you guys gotta know how to do your taxes, man. Since you start working from day one, they're gonna be taking taxes out, so you're gonna want to learn early how to do your taxes so that you're not like me at 21, 22 years old, learning how to finally actually do your own taxes, for several reasons. One, so you don't have to go pay someone to do them, because why go pay someone to do your taxes when you don't have to? And not only just that, it's smart to know what you're talking about. It's smart to know what is being talked about, because this is your money. This is your money, and you need to know what's going on with it, how it works, and how it comes to and from you. So make sure you learn how to do taxes, guys, so when tax time comes around, you don't get in trouble for like some tax fraud or tax evasion or anything like that. So yeah, I hope these 15 tips helped you guys. These are 15 things that I wish I would have took a little bit more seriously, or took the time to research and educate myself a little bit more on before I got to this point. But it's never too late as long as you do it right. Right? So yeah, until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned 15 things that you didn't know before. If you guys like more videos like this and you guys made it all the way through the video, make sure you comment down below, I guess nature, because I'm outside today, or outside or nature, one of the two. So I know you guys made it to the end of the video. And until next time, peace, babes, and take it easy.